Yes, this is the intro to the Ketzot. So Kavar Herech Haran. The Ran already was a marach in this, and his Drishis that Shivi B'ma She'amru Perach HaSheicher Es HaPoilim. Rabba Hayefsi. So this is a story. And Rava was sitting on the stump of a decal, and he was learning. Garis. Garis means to grind up, become a flour. So you got to grind yourself up, dissect everything. So he was Garis. So he heard that they were arguing in the Mesivta de Rekia. Mesivta is like the base midrash. So the Mesivta of Shemayim, they were having an argument. In Baheres Kodemes L'Sha'ar Lavan Tamai V'Im Sha'ar Lam L'Baheres Tachor. So you have a guy has, this is a tzaras. So a guy has, if he has the white blemish of tzaras, and it turns the black hair into white. If it turns the black hair white, then it's tamei. If the hair is already white, and then he gets the white mark of tzaras, right. So then it's tahor. So if the beheres comes first, then it's tamei because it turned the hair white. And if the white hair was there and then the beheres came, then it's tahor. But what if it's a safek? I don't know which one came first. So Kodesh Baruch Hu says it's tahor, and the Mesivta de Rekia amar tamei. So that the Hashem says that it's tahor, and the Mesivta says it's tamei. Now already here we see that the people who are in Shemayim, they're already arguing with God. Amri man noichach, who will be. So now I would just say, well, let's just go like God. What are we posking like God? Right. Is that not a good way to poskin? No. Right. Rabba Bar Nachmani, that's Rabba Stam in the Gemara. So Rabba Bar Nachmani, he is going to be to poisik the shaila. The hu yachid ba'ehelis. He is there. So ehelis is the mesechta, and they're dealing with tuma and tahor. V'ayin sham sheheksha acher shehegishu meHashem yisbarach. After that, they already understood from Hashem shehayim matahir that God was matahir. Eich tamu him. How were they able to be matame? God just said it's tahor, and they're like, interesting opinion. Well, I say it's tamei. That they stayed in their mokum and said that it was tamei, even until they needed someone to poskin one way or the other. V'ayin sham shekot is a biyush of shailasu the v'zal. So so over there, the Ran has his teretz. Ki im hayisem shesafik tahor al derech ha'emes. Because they had that it was safek tahor al derech emes hayu oimrim tamei. So for them it was safek tahor on through of emes it was tamei she'achar shehachriach z'tayra nimsur lehem b'chayehim v'seichol. So that when they were alive and they had the Torah, so they developed their seichel according to the Torah that they learned in their lives. Hayemechayev letamei. So therefore hayeminaroi sheyeh tamei. So therefore it's fitting that it was tamei afopisha hu behebechaemes. So that they learned the Torah based on their seichel that they learned in their lives. So before they reached the Mesivta in Shemayim, they learned Torah down here. That's how they kind of got into the Mesivta of Shemayim. They learned the Torah here, and how the Torah was machriya for them down here. That seichel of Torah is how they understood it up there as well. Shechen chayiv seichel ha'anoshi, because that is the seichel of man. V'hasharafal pi shehu emes ein roi lasos maisa kain. So even if you know what the emes is, God comes out and He says, yeah, it's emes that is tahor. So that they answer, well, it does. I hear the emes. However, the seichel of anosh of anshi, the man seichel, is saying that it's roi to be tamei. The way that I learn Torah down here, that even when I'm up there, that's how I will learn the Torah. So say that it was so that's bedarche. Ein roi lasot kain bedarche haTorah. That is the derech of the Torah. It's not to do with the emes. It's to do with how man learns in his seichel. Kamosh lo toharu bale machlokas of Rabbi Eliezer afopi shenitna aleihim baskol. So that when they were learning, so Rabbi Yeshua is learning the Torah. And Rabbi Yeshua says that Torah is based on the seichel of man. God gave the Torah to man in order to learn with his seichel. And the seichel says that this is the snake oven, that the snake oven is tamei. And Rabbi Eliezer says that is tahor. Now, afal pi shenisna aleihim bas kol men hashamayim shalach kamosu. So Rabbi Eliezer says, I am right, and I'll prove to you that I'm right, because the Bas Kol will come out. Rabbi Yeshua's answer to him is that I know that according to Emes, you're right. I know you're right, but Torah doesn't say go boster the Emes. Torah says go boster the Seichel of Adam, and not say, the Ketzot will say that it's a qualified Seichel. And how do you know if it's a qualified seichel? Again, say it's a qualified majority. It's a qualified seichel. So when you have a das Torah, when you have a understanding of Torah, so even if you know what the emes is, you don't posken like the emes. So after pishin lehem baskol. So the baskol says he's right. This is Shemayim. He says I know halacha is like him in every case. And it's like, well, yeah, Shemayim poskens like him because Shemayim poskens al pia emes. V'lo nistapech lehem she'inyan me'es Hashem yisparach. They know for sure it's from God. Afol piken lo b'shamayim he. It's not b'shamayim. The whole Torah is not b'shamayim. Lefikach omru mam noichach. So therefore, in Shemayim, the Torah, the machriya of Torah, is not in Shemayim. Rabbi bar Nachmeni. V'lo be'ach elav hachriya mina emes ki lo nistabachu b'zeh. They didn't ask Rabbi what the emes is because they had no suffix with the emes is. Because they know the emes is that is Torah. Because that is how it was given. By God, but the Torah they're going according to the Seichel. Ela shehachriya sheshechel ha'adam achayev, that is tameh. Uma shehayu hem metamim lo hayu rak mikutzer sechelam. So how was there? So why were they going keneged Hashem? They didn't reach that level of emes because it was the kutzer of their seichel be'erach haseichel ha'onshi, because they were man, or because they were lazy in the limud of Torah when they were alive. That's ayin shan. That's all the teretz of the Ran. So that the seichel of this, when they got it up to the Mesivta, their seichel of Torah was limited, either because they're human or because they were lazy in their Torah down here, and if they had reached higher levels of Torah down here, then they would have brought that with them when they got up. So skip the next paragraph and go here. V'zeh yuvan hadi isa bezohar de ba'ar oretz aretz chodusha miyuvo achrei hamelech. Who will come after the king? This is he's quoting the Zohar. So Hashem created everything except for Sheker. Shebnei Adam boidin melibam, and men are making up stuff from their hearts. Uman de mishaker chas v'chalilo en zechidus Torah. So somebody who makes it, who is mishaker, that's not called a chidus Torah. Va'emes kavar haya. Aval. So now the Ketzot is asking a question: how could it be that he's writing this book? What's the point of the Ketzot writing his whole book? If you go up to the Mesivta, and these are the guys that made it, and they get everything wrong. It's not Emes. The Mesivta did not come according to the Emes. And God said the Emes, and the people in the Mesivta didn't come to the Emes. So if you, the Pasuk says that all you want is Emes, well, David says, let me find the Emes. So this book is not going to be Emes. So therefore, what's the point of this book? And it says that you want to be, and Sheker is not Chidushay Torah. So since the man to Mishaker Chas v'chle ein ze Chidush Torah, so therefore, what's the point of this book? That it's not going to be Emes, because the chances of him hitting the das of God, that even the people in the Mesivta weren't able to hit. So therefore, he's not going to hit that Mistama. So therefore, what's the point of this book? And the Sheker is not Emes. And if it's Sheker, so therefore it's not Chidushay Torah. So this is the whole thing. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Bachar Banu. God chose him not to learn his Torah side. He gave us the Torah. So what is this giving of the Torah, which happens on Shavuot? Kafi hechras seichel ha'anoshi. That the giving of the Torah, Bachar not to learn his Torah according to correct seichel. So therefore the Torah changes. He gave us the Torah, therefore the hachrois of the Torah. Now, what's the hachroi of the Torah? The hachroi of the Torah is where you have a suffix. So everyone agrees that the seventh day is Shabbos. Now, if I come with a hachroi that Tuesday is Shabbos, so that is not true. There's no suffix what day of the week Shabbos is. So if you just make up stuff, that's called sheker, and that is not chidushay Torah but kol. You're just making stuff up. But when you have a hachroi, you have a suffix, and how do you understand the suffix? That's the hachroi of the Torah. So when you have a suffix, how your machriya, the suffix that was given to man, kafi hachrak seichel ha'anoshi, is this going according to the seichel of the man. Afal pi she'eino emes. And that is such an important line here. And if you say, you come to Torah, you come to yeshiva because you're looking for the emes. You're not going to find the emes there. The emes is that Shabbos is on Saturday. And there's a few other things that everyone agrees with. Pig isn't kosher. Although I'm sure you could find some type of suffix. Obviously, what's about a cow? A cow that looks like a pig, or a pig that looks like a cow. Is that already a chachros suffix, or that's just LPM? So that what is the Torah? Natan lanu is Torah at the Torah kefi chachros seichel onchi efel pisha eno emes. This is what the Torah is. The Torah is that you learn the ways of the Torah, and again he'll go in to explain what that is. You'll learn the ways of the Torah once you know the ways of the Torah. Now you look at the Torah. That's what Das Torah is. Someone who knows the ways of the Torah. And then when you know the ways of the Torah, then you have that Das Torah, and therefore you learn the Torah according to your hachra, how you understand the Torah, how your seichel anush, what your man, the seichel of man, what you've developed your seichel in the Torah-dic way. Therefore you see the world in a Torah way. Since you see the world in a Torah way, therefore the hachra of you, the way that you learn Torah, will come out according to Torah. And that is the chachra anshi. That is what was given. The imkain hamechadshai hu chidush gomor. So therefore, when you have this das Torah, when you have a chidush, it is the chidush gomor. And even though it's not emes, rak shahaya emes b'chachra seichel anshi. So he's defining emes in a different way now. This is called emes through the chachra anshi. V'zeh hara kodesh v'zeh shahara kodesh baruch hu kol masha. So God has already gone over with Moshe everything that will be Chadish in the future. So this is the giving of the Torah. Now, the way that the Ketzot understands that, how to know if you have that story is that when you learn a Gemara, that the shitas that you bring out in the Gemara, you'll find them in the Rishonim. That you'll always see in the Rishonim that you're not making stuff up, that you're lacking. Again, the Ketzot was a Achron. So now, if you're learning, you have to either find it in the Rishonim or the Achronim. Now, the Achronim already find it in the Rishonim, but basically, you can't bring your own pshatim. If you have your own pshat in the Gemara and nobody says the same as you, you're living in the wrong time. There are tekufas, there are openings, there are abilities to do certain things. And for example, if you want to, create the internet or make .coms, the time for making .coms was in '99. It's not now. You have tekufas of mechadashing the Torah and bringing out Mishnahs. That was the time for that. There was bringing out the Gemaras. There was time for that, and bringing out understandings of the Gemaras. This isn't that time. So when you learn the Gemara, you have to find your pshat in the Rishonim or the Achronim. And if you can't do that, so therefore that's sheker and you're just making it up. But when you learn a Gemara and you know this pshat, I will find it in the Rishonim. I will find it. I know this, or you didn't see it in Rashi, but you'll find this pshat in another Rishon because you know that this is and you find it in that other Rishon. So therefore you have that Das Torah, you have that ability to read the Torah and to have that hachros anshi that is according to your seichel. You have that seichel Torah. So that's how, so therefore you'll have this, what is the Torah? So everybody knew the Torah before it was given. Avraham kept all the Torah. And even if you want to say that the Avos after him did or they didn't keep it, this Maklokas and Bedavar, they definitely knew it. The Levium were teaching Torah in Mitzrayim. Everyone had the Torah. So what the hell did God do on Mount Sinai? And He'd give the Torah. Not on Lanu at the Torah Kefi Hachros Seichel and Shefah Pilsha and Emes. So the Chayra, what comes out from the Ketzos is that if Avraham had a Maklokas with God and he had a hachra and a safek, you couldn't poskin like Avraham. You can't poskin like Avraham because the Torah b'shemayim he. That's the whole point, because Shemayim is Shemayim and the Aretz was the Aretz. And what happened at the time of Shavuot is that the Torah came down from Shemayim and came down onto the land. And now, not on Lano, it's the Torah. What the change was that Torah goes according to the Chachros Seichel HaAnoshi, therefore it goes according to man Seichel. Whereas before, again, the Mashmos of the Ketzot is that before the Natan Lano at the Torah, before he gave the Torah, therefore it doesn't go according to man's Chachra, it goes according to Emes. And therefore, if Avraham has a Maklokas with God, then L'chaira, he poskin like God. But as we saw in the story that with Eliezer and Rabbi Shmuel, that they came to God and they said, they saw Eliezer, they saw not Elisha, Eliyahu. They saw Eliyahu, and they said, "What was God saying at that time when Yeshua was fighting with Rabbi Eliezer?" And Eliyahu said that God slapped his thigh, and he said that my son has beaten me. And then we see here that number one, again, God, and when man is on this level of the hakra seichel anoshi, when he's learning Torah on this level of learning the posking the Torah according to bringing that Torah into man, so therefore that's where you become the bonim. You become so connected to God that God is calling you bonim, and He says that you've beaten me, and that you see there that there's the ability of man, of a Jew to beat God, that is who you are. You have to be there. When you learn Torah, and you learn Torah at that level, and you're not, it's all, because again, when it's all Shemaim, it's all Shemaim. So you have the Taleh is the sign for Nisan, and the Taleh is a sheep, and a sheep is copying. You just follow everything. So at the time of Pesach, it happened at the time of Nisan, which is the Taleh, is that all the Jews left. They just followed God. It was all the Erusa de la Eila. God just appeared from Shemaim, beat up the Mitzrayim, and the Jews just had to follow God out. Then you have the Iyar is the sign of the bull, and the bull is the Erusa de la Tata, the bull, like the bull in the china shop, that it is not following orders. So you have Pesach Sheni. Pesach Sheni is in Iyar, and Pesach Sheni is where you say, I want a new mitzvah, and you get your own mitzvah because you asked for it. So you have that Nisan is all God, and you have Iyar is all man, and then you have Sivan is the giving of the Torah. The giving of the Torah is in Sivan, and the sign for Sivan is the twins. So you have the two things coming together. You have the Rusa de la Eila and the Rusa de la Tata coming together, and that is the giving of the Torah, of which we go up and God comes down, and God is our son, and now we become one with God. That the breaking between Shemaim and the arts has been broken, and now we get the Torah, and therefore we're able to have the ability to beat God. That's what it means. It means we learn the Torah through, and again, only through His Torah, we're able to beat God and come onto His level, be His son through the seichel of the Torah, and come up to that level. And we have the ability now to rise even to higher levels to beat God through the Torah that was given on Shavuot.